Hello, everybody. So today, on Tuesday, the 18th of October, this is today's market update. So we have the TQQQ here, and just off the bat, when market opened, it just completely jumped up about 2%, but then it just fell back to about where it was earlier in the day. And this is because this week has been, earnings week for a lot of major companies, and we'll see how earnings are. I know that Netflix just after hours it's up like 12% or something because it had good, finally positive subscribers again, I think. But as we can see, TQQQ was in this positive, is now in this positive channel. So we broke through this resistance line that we talked about yesterday, and TQQQ, at least on the 15-minute time frame, is now in a positive channel going upwards. So one thing I also noticed was that the distance between the troughs here and the peaks here is exactly the same. Let me prove it to you. So if you copy this, so overlay it from where the peak is, it's the exact same length, which is very intriguing because we could possibly extrapolate that for whenever it hits the bottom again to see what the distance between the two next bottoms would be. So there's this, and we did reach this temporary resistance right here. The red signal flashed, like I said it would yesterday, and it also was overbought right here. So let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and also let's introduce our resistance lines. Okay. So we are noting that on the 1 hour time frame, there has always been this really, really powerful resistance on the relative peaks at the yellow resistance line. So it's happening here again. It's happened before. 1, 2, 2 times before, right? As we can see right here, it was a support, and right here it was a support. But right now, it's acting as resistance. Resistance, resistance, resistance. So going forwards, we might see that just the general market just goes down to someplace right here. But given Netflix's earnings and the fact that it closed positive today, I think that there's a chance that it could break up above that resistance line. So that's that. One thing I also wanted to show y'all. So let's look at the US dollar index. So this shows the strength of the US dollar. And as we can see, we're at a peak right here for the monthly time frame. Right. The only time that this has occurred before was in 1984, right? We had a buy signal here, and we had a relative sell signal here, relative buy signal here. But this is the first time since 1984 that it's actually had this peak. So what does this mean? Well, this is if the strength of the dollar goes down, the appetite for risk assets, including cryptocurrency and stocks in general, goes up. So this could be a bullish sign for the stock market and other risk assets, including cryptocurrency. Let's look at, yeah. So even on the 1 hour time frame or the 1 day time frame, it's just been completely in an elevated sell position. Let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, so on the daily time frame, it's just been sticking off this again, this 19, basically 1900 level on the 1 hour time frame. So I also said this yesterday. it did meet its resistance. So let me turn off this yellow. Okay, so it did meet its resistance, temporary resistance up here. Um, because as we looked on the 15-minute time frame, it had some temporary resistance, right? There's this sell signal generated around the 17th, and it's just been basically plateauing since then before it started, going down a little bit more. But on the hourly time frame, it did reach a relative bottom right here, although the actual zone strength has more to fall once it's actually in the -1 territory. That's a confirmation for the buy signal. So just keep in mind for that. We had to briefly jump off of the 1900 level right here. And of course, it is showing two sell signals on the fusion oscillator right now. It is also narrowing. So what I can see is if the stock market doesn't do well tomorrow, we can probably see it going down to, 18,300. Um, I do see a big move coming up, and I'm not so sure which direction it will be. There was this pricing for the fusion oscillator in the 4-hour time frame, but on the zone strength, the zone, which is a 200 period moving, uh, it registers on a 200 candlestick period based off of what the inputs are, the default inputs, right? The wavelength is 200. This is saying that the current volatility is not um, exceeding that of the 200 bars back, or what it was 200 bars back, so that we can't make any judgments about what direction it's going to go because it's just not there yet. So we do know that the last signals were buys on the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at the 2-hour time frame. Yeah, there have been no sell signals here for anything lower than the 4-hour. Even on the day scale, it's just 1, 1, 1, right? Yeah, but I do see it narrowing here, and if we look at the SMAs, these SMAs are converging down to where the actual price action is. So what you could see, I did misspeak yesterday with, if you take this and draw a line from here, a descending wedge is normally a bearish pattern. It's not a bullish pattern. So normally you would expect it to go down from here. However, I'm keen to point out the however in this. It is already past the edge of the wedge. It's passed by the edge and it's gone through. I don't know if you can see this. It's pretty hard given the indicator. Let me close it. It's passed through the top. Now, normally, let's take the bottom support line for this instance. Normally, if it say that it fell below here, that would be the bearish signal. But the fact that it went through this line, this yellow line, that could be interpreted as a bullish signal as well. But all we can conclude right now is that volatility has greatly just gone to nothing in the past 6 weeks, and I'm keen to watch the U.S. dollar index. I know that China and Russia have been meeting to come up with alternative some to the U.S. dollar. It's like a gold-based currency or something, and that could have a great impact on the purchasing power of the U.S. dollar. But it remains to be seen whether this will be actually implemented or whether it'll actually catch on or what effects it could have on the world economy. So it's my update for the 18th, and have a good day. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Thanks.